What's going on, man? Another video, which means I have more free picks for you. And in today's video, I have 6 total free picks, 3 in the MLB and 3 in the WNBA, like always. I like each pick that I have for you a ton. All I ask before we jump straight into it, though, is number 1, go down and hit that like button for me. Let's get this video to 50 likes. It's free to do, and it helps me out a ton. And while you're down there, you might as well subscribe as well so you don't miss any videos like this going forward. I get them out for you every single day as early as possible. So go down, do that, and now we can jump straight into the video. And the first thing that we have to talk about is what you see on the screen right now, because like I say in every video, it's the best promotion that I offer heading into football season. If you go down and click the first link down below in the description or the pinned comment, you can buy 1 week of my plays, and you're not just going to get 1 week, you're going to get 4 weeks. So it's basically buy 1 week, get 3 weeks for completely free on me. Like I said, one of the best promos I offer. It's the first link down below in the description. The reason why you're probably gonna want to get in here, especially with football season coming up, is because we have made over 200 units on the year. Last football season, we made over 100, and I'm telling you, right now, we're going to be able to do it again. We went up over 30 units in June. July obviously isn't over yet. On our play of the days, we have been crushing it. Our play of the days are 64 and 33, and our last, 97? On our 4+ unit plays, we're 12 and 2, and then on our 5 unit plays, max bets, we are 5 and 0. So if I tell you to put a lot of units on a play, it's going to cash for the most part. And then overall, even on plays that aren't play of the days, we still hit at a really high percentage. Obviously, if we've made over 200 units, I know what I'm talking about. So go get in here, man. It's going to be the first link down below. Like I said, it's a no-brainer in my personal opinion. I honestly don't understand why somebody wouldn't do it. There's 5 slots. Be quick. Go get it. It'll sell out fast. And while you're at it, you might as well join the free Discord as well, because in here, I drop free plays every single day for whoever is in here. Completely free, no strings attached. So go get in the free Discord. It's linked down below as well. And get in the Dub Club if you want my best of my best stuff. So go do that. And now we can jump into the first pick of the video, which is going to be Brandon Nimmo here to go over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. He's over this mark in 4 of his last 5 games now, averaging 2.8 per game. He's over in 7 of his last 10, averaging 2.4 per game. And then he stays at that same 70% rate in his last 20, almost averaging 3 per game. So he has consistently gone over this mark in his last 5, 10, and 20. That's the first reason why I like it so much. But then to top that off, the ultimate reason why I think this pick makes a ton of sense is because the Mets, man, they're going to be playing. Where's the Mets game at? They're going to be playing the Padres, and it looks like the Padres are probably going to be pitching Yu Darvish, and I think we all know at this point, since he came back, he has been absolutely horrendous. He's 0-3 on the year with a 9.18 ERA and a whip of 1.8, which is just disgusting to say the least. And if he comes out here and even pitches half as bad as this, there is no way that Brandon doesn't easily go over this mark, and that's why I think this pick makes so much sense. So that's my first pick. Now for my second pick, we're going to bounce over to the WNBA, and we're going to be taking Kelsey Plum here at plus money to go over 5.5 assists. She's over this mark in 4 of her last 5 games, averaging 6 assists per game. She's over in 8 of her last 10, averaging 6.6 per game. And she's also over in 12 of her last 20, averaging 6.1 per game. So right there, the hit rate, consistent. It's exactly what you want to see to go along with the high averages that are averaging over this current line. That's the first reason I like it. But then the second reason I like it, she's playing the Aces. And the Aces, man, currently allow the 9th most assists in the entire WNBA. So not only does she have a great hit rate, and she's been super consistent, but she also has a great matchup to go over, and that's why I think we have an edge here. The 2 things you always need is hit rate and also matchup, and right here we have both of them, and that's why I'm taking this pick all day long, especially at plus money. You're just getting great value. You can't really turn it down. So that's my second pick. Now for my third pick, we're going to go back to the MLB, and we're going to take JT Realmuto here to go over his hits, runs, and RBIs as well. He's over this mark in 3 of his last 5 games, averaging 2.8 per game. He's over in 8 of his last 10, averaging 2.7 per game. And then he's also over at a 65% rate in his last 20. So just like with Brandon Nimmo, he has super consistently been going over this mark, and it's gotten even better over the last 10 and the last 5. That's the first reason I like it. Now, the second reason I like it, and the most important reason that I like it, is going to be because the Phillies, man, they're going to be facing off. Where's the Phillies game at? The Phillies are going to be playing the White Sox here, and the White Sox are going to be pitching Jonathan Cannon, who's another pitcher that just hasn't had a ton of success this season. He's 25 years old. He has a 4-7 record. He has a 4.48 ERA, which isn't the greatest, and then he has a terrible 1.40 whip. So he's allowing a ton of base runners inning in and inning out, and if he comes out there against the Phillies and does that once again, I fully expect JT to either get himself 2 hits, get himself a hit and knock somebody in, or maybe even get a hit and get a run, both himself. Either way that it ends up happening, it cashes us out, and that's why I think this pick makes so much sense. He should easily be able to see Jonathan Cannon here well, and if he sees the pitches out of his hand well, I think he'll be able to hit the ball hard and get something going early so we can have an easy, no-sweat cash. So that's my third pick. Now for my fourth pick, we're going to be taking Jordan Canada to go over her 21.5 line PRA, and there's a few different reasons why I think this pick makes a ton of sense. First things first, I like the matchup against the Valkyries here. They're third in points allowed, which isn't the greatest, but when it comes to rebounds and assists, they're towards the bottom of the pack. So overall, they're about a mediocre matchup. They're not great, not terrible, so I don't hate that, and that's why that's the first reason I checked to make sure that she wasn't having a super tough matchup, and against the Valkyries, she's not. But to go on top of that, in her last 5, she's over in 4 of 5, averaging over 22 a game. In her last 10, she's averaging 26 per game, which is just ridiculous. And then in her last 20, you see a drop-off. But the reason for this drop-off is simply because she has seen a huge uptick in minutes since the first half of the season, and I'm going to show you that right here. So in 2025, she's over this mark at a 50% rate. Now, if we go look at games where she played 25-plus minutes, which is what she's projected to play in this game, she is over this season in 9 of her 11 games, averaging over 25 PRA a game. So in my personal opinion, I think the books have this line a little bit off. I think we have a huge edge here because they're not taking into account what she does when she plays in her full minute range. And considering this game is an 8.5 point spread, it's not the biggest spread ever, so hopefully it can stay within a 10-point game. And if that's the case, Jordan Canada should easily be able to go over her PRA line, in my personal opinion. So go lock this one in. I think it makes a ton of sense. And now real quick, before I give you my last 2 picks of the day that I like the absolute most, I do want to remind you once again, if you go click the first link down below, there are 5 slots to buy 1 week of my plays and get 3 free weeks on top of it, completely on me. You're not going to get charged anything. It's literally buy 1, get 3 free. It's an insane deal. Like I said though, 5 slots, they're going to be gone fast, so go click the link. I've already shown you, I've tracked everything since the beginning of 2025. We just had a profitable month in June. We're going to have another another profitable month in July. And then in August, I expect the same thing, especially with the preseason coming around. So you're going to want to get in here so you get my NFL plays for the next month. You can test it out, see if I know what I'm talking about. And once you do, then probably you'll decide to stay on for longer. We're up over 200 units on the year. We're killing our play of the days like I already showed you. So I'm telling you, man, while you can, go get in on this deal. 5 slots, first link down below. And while you're at it, you might as well join the free Discord as well. I drop free plays in here every single day. That's going to be linked down below as well. Go do those 2 things, especially this right here, to get the best of my best stuff. And now we can get into my last 2 picks of the video, with the first one being a little parlay topper. It's going to be George Springer to go over a single hit. He's over this mark in 5 straight games now, averaging over 2 hits per game, which is pretty ridiculous. He's over in 9 of his last 10, almost averaging 2 hits per game. And then in his last 20, he's over in 13 of 20, averaging 1.4 hits per game. So he still is averaging well above a hit per game in this stretch in his last 20, 10, and 5. But to top that off, the Blue Jays, man, we're going to be talking about the second game here. They're going to be facing Charlie Morton. And Charlie Morton has not had a ton of success this season, just like with the other pitchers that we've talked about. So he's 6-8 on the year. He's 41 years old. He has over a 5 ERA and a whip of over 1.5, which is just terrible. And it's not like this is a small sample size. He has pitched 95 innings, and these are his numbers. So we know this is just the kind of guy that he is this year. And with that being said, he's probably going to come in here against the Blue Jays and struggle again. And if that's the case, there is no way, in my personal opinion, that George Springer doesn't walk out of that game with at least one hit. So go lock this one in. I absolutely love it. Now, for my last WNBA pick, we're going to be taking Dearica Hamby to go over 15.5 points. She's been crushing this mark, especially as of late. As you can see here, she's over in 5 straight, averaging over 20 points per game, which is just ridiculous. She's over in 8 of her last 10, averaging over 19, and she's over in 12 of her last 20, averaging over 17, almost averaging 18 per game. So, super consistent at going over this line, head-to-head against Las Vegas. She historically plays really well against them. She's over in 4 of her last 6 matchups, averaging over 20 a game. And Las Vegas, as you can see right here, allow the 9th most points in the entire WNBA. So this pick here, to me, everything is pointing towards the over, and that's why I decided to take it. So go lock it in, Dearica Hamby over 15.5 points. Those are my 6 picks, and until next time, let's all go print some money.